We got the Super Bowl coming up on Sunday. We're headed to New Orleans tomorrow to broadcast this monstrosity called Radio Row. It'll be on YouTube Live, but the man is already down there. I don't know, he got down there Sunday probably. He was at Media Day yesterday. Of course, he's bringing you all the flavor from the Super Bowl and New Orleans for NBC Sports Philadelphia, and he joins us on the Comcast Business Hotline. John Clark. What's up, Johnny?
How you doing? Good to be on with you.
Well, listen, I know you were yesterday at the Media Day. So give me some of your John Clark highlights from what you were able to observe yesterday.
Well, it's pretty wild. It's really the only time where every single member of the Eagles organization is available to talk. And Eagles owner Jeffrey Lurie touched on a bunch of subjects that he's not really interested in buying the Celtics at this time. And maybe there could be a dome stadium in Philly because he'd like to have the Super Bowl here and the Final Four and things like that. Jalen Hurts gave a great answer about how that first loss to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl 2 years ago lit a fire in him, and talked about the lessons that he learned from it. Saquon, he gave there were some Saquon strays at the Giants, basically telling Jameis Winston that he should sign with the Giants because they need a quarterback. So all in all, it was a fun night. Now, the story that I did, I always try to find a fun question. I asked all the linemen and then the defensive players to give their best impression of Jeff Stoutland and Vic Fangio, and that was pretty classic. They had some great impressions of them.
Yeah, I did see that yesterday on NBC Sports Philly. Actually, I saw it this morning. Who did the best one?
They all say Jordan Davis does the best Vic Fangio impression, and it's taken a whole year to get it down. And then I would say the offensive linemen believe that Landon Dickerson does the best Jeff Stoutland. But I gotta tell you, Lane does it great. Jordan does it great. These are just legendary coaches, and you can tell they revere them. The players revere them. Cam Jurgens said Jeff Stoutland's like a dad, and so his teachings and Fangio's teachings, I mean, they've got him in the Super Bowl again. I think they've got some of the best coaches in the NFL on those sides of the ball.
What did you think the vibe was for the Eagles players? And then you see Lurie had Sirianni and Roseman and Big Dom walk in together like the Four Horsemen. What do you think they're feeling?
I got to tell you, I think there's such a calmness. They've been through this before. They went through this 2 years ago, so I think they understand how the week goes, and they just seemed really relaxed, comfortable, answering all the questions. I mean, they answer questions for an hour from people all over the world, 26 countries. So to me, it just seemed like there's a confidence. We've been through this. We understand everything. Take care of the obligations. Do your work. But I think this is a very confident team. I think they believe they've got the best team, the best overall team in the NFL.
First of all, you're listening to WPEN HD Burlington, Philadelphia, Beasley Media Group station, broadcasting live in the Comcast Business Studio. Powering possibilities. Talking with John Clark. He's on the scene already in New Orleans. I was interested in kind of I think it's toned down, but it used to be really ridiculous with a lot of people who weren't really sports media people roaming around asking crazy questions. Like, did you encounter like that Guillermo from the Kimmel Show?
You know what? I didn't see him. I like his segments. There were people from Nickelodeon. Somebody threw a cookie at Jalen Hurts. And there's a lot of former players that are now doing it, like Jameis Winston and Ocho Cinco. Ocho Cinco, I'm sure you saw, came up and planted a kiss on Nick Sirianni. So, look, I mean, it used to be, I remember doing Media Day 20 years ago when the Eagles went to Jacksonville, and it was in the afternoon during the week. This is now prime time, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m., so they do it up. And there were some funny questions. And, I even got in one of those crazy questions asking Travis Kelce about Taylor Swift's Eagles fandom.
Oh, did you ask him? Oh, okay. What did he say to that?
Well, I know there's a lot of Taylor Swift fans. So basically I said, Travis, did she kind of give up her Eagles fandom when she met you? And he kind of intimated that he doesn't necessarily know that she was ever an Eagles fan and it was really her dad that's an Eagles fan and a big Eagles fan. But Travis says now the dad is rooting for the Chiefs. So
yeah, you see, that's a violation on Taylor.
That's a fraud.
Yeah, she's a violation because she was an Eagle fan because she's said it in the past. But now, like she wants to slide that under the carpet because her big boyfriend.
So I had to be that guy,
Yeah, I know. You remember David Letterman used to have that guy. He used to walk around there, Larry Bud Melman. Remember that guy?
Yeah.
And who was the guy that Stern used to have? John. Stuttering John.
Yeah.
Like those characters are gone now.
I know. I would have loved to have gotten Triumph, the insult comic dog from the.
That's
Conan
right,
O'Brien
the
show.
insult comic dog. They're not there anymore. I don't know what's going on, man. This league is getting too boring. And it was Stuttering John. What was the famous thing he did? Right.
Yeah. Well, he asked Tommy Lasorda if Tommy got hemorrhoids from sitting on the bench for 3 hours in a game.
He also asked Ted Williams. Did you ever fought? Did you ever fought in the catcher's face?
That was a good one.
Right. So, all right. So, what's your agenda covering? You're down there for a long time. So, what are your plans here? The media availability not good. So, how do you create stories there for the rest of the week?
So the Eagles will practice today through Thursday, or maybe even Friday, and then we have availability today through Thursday with the Eagles, and then the availability ends. So we'll go and ask questions and put together stories with the Eagles today and tomorrow. And look, I think one of the things that's fascinating to me is you've got Zach Vaughn, one of the best stories in the NFL. He's coming back here where he played and was drafted, and literally he's in his same locker room from last year. They're working at the Saints facility, and they've got his picture up in the locker room. So it's pretty funny. Him and C.J. Gardner-Johnson are back where their careers began here in New Orleans, and they're two big parts of the Eagles' defense. I think, and look, Kellen Moore was a big topic of conversation last night. All of the Saints media were interviewing Kellen Moore, and he, basically he said he would love to, be a head coach and call plays, and he had a great meeting with the Saints. So I think that's a foregone conclusion. This is why I was going to suggest your next assignment, if you have some time. I think you need to go around to all the great real estate agencies in the New Orleans area and ask whether there have been any house inquiries from Mrs. Kellen Moore. And then you got and then you got a scoop. I mean, listen, you go to the airport, you might as well go to the real estate offices. That's true. Well, I tell you, I mean, I think Kellen Moore, there's a possibility he doesn't come back on the plane like Jonathan Gannon stayed in Arizona.
Yeah.
Now, if the Eagles win, he's got to come back on the plane.
Yeah, I guess.
He'd have to be here for the parade.
Yeah, well, he can come back for the parade. He can just stay and
just come back a few days later.
All right, so John, we're going to be broadcasting Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I would hope that you would have a little time to stop by and hang out.
Yeah, Radio Row, and I'll tell you, Mike, it's very organized. It's a huge convention center. There's so much space. There's no problems getting in and out. This is a lot better than Arizona. Arizona was so spread out. Everything was a half an hour away, but this is all centrally located downtown in New Orleans. So it's all within 5-10 minutes.
That's good.
So
and it's certainly not Minnesota. All right. So so we're at 87. So find us.
Oh yeah. I'll stop by.
You got it, buddy. Thanks for checking in, Johnny. We'll look forward to your reports during the week. All right, there he is.
To be on with you.
John Clark from New Orleans saying hola to all of us.
Hola. And John's going to have to work on his hola. He'll have to work on his good day, mate, when they go to Australia in a couple years. Right? How do they say hello in Australia?
I don't know. Good day, I guess.
Hola.
It's just good day.
Yeah, you saw that, I'm assuming. We didn't really talk about it, that they announced in 2026 they're going to play in Australia.
Well, a little cold water on that last night. Laurie said they're not getting up a home game to go to Australia.
Oh, he did say that last night.
All right, we're going to get the highlights from Jeffrey Lurie. There should be some interesting things that he said. We also have the simple and yet boring wisdom of Jalen Hurts coming your way, and also dumbass media day takes, which John alluded to. All right, 610-632-0975. It's a big show because it's also general knowledge. Tell your friends and neighbors that it's General Knowledge Tuesday today, because tomorrow we're going to introduce the audience to the whole concept of Radio Row, and we didn't think that general knowledge worked in that kind of a platform. So we moved it to today. I tweeted it out last night, so if you didn't get the message, call your friends and neighbors today. is General Knowledge Tuesday, and the prize is Sixers tickets. The Mike Missanelli Show, back after this.
What's up, everybody?
Hey, everybody, it's Bill Colarulo. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel so you can engage during the show, and you're not going to want to miss all the content that we post. It's not only the live videos, it's videos after the fact. It's our shorts. It's all the content you want as a Philadelphia sports fan. Looking forward to connecting.